More dark, first of all, you need to learn more about fashion or something like that. Stay in New York. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam for sure, 100%.
Hi, amazing viewers. Welcome back to today's episode of our usual debate between God logic and Muslims. A Muslim finally said he has refuted God logic. Let's watch this video to find out exactly how they refuted God logic. See you at the end of this video.
I give you a whole chapter though. The topic was Jesus being a Muslim.
The topic was Jesus being a Muslim now. You said, Mr. No Evidence, Jesus is called a Muslim in the Quran, and he upheld the Muslim practices. That's what you said word for word. So I asked you, is it a Muslim practice to believe that Muhammad is a prophet? You said, yes, it is a necessity. If Jesus is fulfilling the Muslim practices and the necessities to be a Muslim, one of those is believing that Muhammad is a prophet, and you yourself admitted Jesus doesn't believe that he was a prophet because he couldn't have. It was impossible. Therefore, he can't be a Muslim by the standard that you gave me.
Okay.
Can I speak?
No, hold on, wait. No, disrespect.
You proved yourself. You're not. No.
Hold on.
Let me speak real quick.
Stop, bro. Stop. Let me finish.
Let me speak real quick.
Can I speak, guys? Can I speak? Just give me 1 minute. Just give me a few seconds. I want to explain.
You want to speak 2 seconds right now? I'm gonna leave.
He just responded to me. Let me answer what he said.
Let me leave.
Moldog, please, bro. Just wait. You go right after me.
Logic, man. Sorry, I don't know your name.
Bro, Logic, if you don't want to hear from me, then you can hear what he has to say.
Alright, listen. As a Muslim, right? There's different types of Muslims. A Muslim that believes that Muhammad was a prophet, and then there's some people who don't believe he was a prophet, but they still believe in all.
Now you just
bro. No,
Moldog, stop.
There's some of these.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Come on, guys. Can I speak? Just give me 1 second.
Listen to what I gotta say.
Bro,
Muslim to believe that
what the hell?
Can you guys just let me answer?
Muslim means to submit and to worship one God.
That's it, yeah. Bro, you guys are all...
The New York got to your head, brother.
I'm not gonna lie, you should not be talking to the Muslims.
That's the New York thing too. That's Muslim meaning. Go learn Islam.
What is wrong with
you? Don't lost the fly.
Pretty nice people work too.
That is the New York in you, brother. There's no religion in New York. There's fashion there.
Like what? Bro,
why do you talk? Karam, you've been talking a lot. You can just talk later.
I was back and forth. I was just back and forth with Logic, and you guys are getting jealous because you don't want. You're not speaking. Like you're gonna speak right after me.
You're not answering the question with your evidence.
You're not doing it right.
I'm literally trying to answer what he just answered me, and you guys are all interrupting. I say, you could talk right after me. You want to be persistent? Be persistent.
You have to tell me when I can talk and when I can't talk.
Mo, don't even talk. You can't even talk. Mo, don't even talk, please. We got New York religion here. We don't need that.
I'm about to forget what I was about to say. Avery, listen. Forget the definition of a Muslim, okay? Who cares about that? What you have to understand is that there's a reason that the Muslims today don't keep the Sabbath, but Jesus, who was a Muslim, kept the Sabbath, because the different laws at the different times of the prophets, they differ. So obviously, believing in the Prophet Muhammad as a prophet would not be a necessity to be a true believer at the time of Jesus, because he didn't exist. You don't make no sense asking that question, and you're trying to make it look like I'm the dumb one. And now you're causing fitna with the other Muslims because they don't know how to answer the question correct. There's the correct answer. Not because if you follow the one God.
He said he was a prophet and he was going to be a Muslim. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what's wrong with you. You guys got no religion. I'm telling you right now. You guys are all atheists.
He's saying, Avery is saying that to be a Muslim in the time of Jesus, you had to believe in the Prophet Muhammad, like say the Shahada.
I've seen the videos of Logic. He got debunked by a lot of sheikhs. He needs to talk to someone that has more knowledge. You can't just come here to debate him on your feelings. More dark, first of all, you need to learn more about fashion or something like that. Stay in New York. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam for sure, 100%. Stay away from Islam.
Bro, you gotta
stay away from Islam. Wallah, you do not.
There's no way these are Muslims. You gotta be paying
these fighting each other, man.
Haram. This guy just come here. He can't speak.
Talk about Islam. I'm not saying y'all not Muslims, and astaghfirullah to the person who said stay away from Islam. You must be one of the most retarded ass people I've ever heard in my life.
I told you, you got fashion there. Stick to your fashion line. Stick to that fashion line, runway.
What did he call God?
He called God Father, for example.
So can you be a Muslim and say God is your father?
Yeah, we don't do that because Jesus used that term out of endearment, respect.
Can you be a Muslim and say that God, Allah, is your father?
Just like I said, we don't like to use it because
he says no. HD, what do you say?
Yeah, I said just let everybody mute up. I give it my time.
You're no longer Muslim if you say that.
Okay, so please, brother, let me explain to logic. You get your time. Okay. Now, so why don't we like to use the word that Jesus is the Father? Only that Jesus has a father. So because it was actually told.
HD, you're not answering my question. Can you be a Muslim and say that Allah is your father? Yes or no?
We don't like to use it. I would say no.
I don't care what you like to do. Can you be a Muslim and can you still be a Muslim and say that Allah is your father? Yes or no?
If you use it metaphorically, you can. Just out of endearment.
What?
You can. Yes, if it's just out of endearment, respect, you can use this term, but not physically because we don't use it. Listen, we don't use it because you people, when you use it, you took it physical.
Muslims,
like,
do you guys agree with them that you can be a Muslim and say Allah is your father?
This is wrong.
If you use it, like I said, metaphorical, out of respect, endearment, you can. You know, brother, but physically, he's not physically a real father of Jesus because Jesus said,
your Muslim brother said that that's wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Why are you saying things that's wrong in Islam?
That's his opinion because he want to act like he want to argue or something. He want to prove himself, but no problem. But reality, if you use it out of endearment, respect, if you want it, you can use it.
I thought that Muslims were together on their theology and the oneness of Allah and Him being completely unlike His creation, and titles like Father are beneath Him. That's what I thought. Am I wrong?
Because listen, the problem is logic. Jesus said, hey, no, listen, you have to hear this. Jesus said, I have to go to my Father and your Father, my God and your God, you know? So that's mean that he's everybody his Father. It's a term of respect.
No. Oh, okay, for example, if you have a son, if you have a son that you had, from your wife, you have a begotten son. But then you also adopt a son. Are you a father to your adopted son in the same way that you are a father to your begotten son?
No.
Okay, so there's two different senses. So even though your begotten son can say to your adopted son, I'm going back to my father and your father. He's both. You're the father of them both, but in a different sense. So just because Jesus says, I'm going to my father and your father, doesn't mean that he's our father in the same sense that he's the father of Jesus. He's the begotten father. Jesus is his begotten son.
Jesus told him, when you pray, say, oh, Father.
You're misquoting it. You're misquoting. I just answered that. I just answered that. So just to be clear, because you're saying it depends on the sense. Can you show me anywhere in the Quran where Allah is called a father metaphorically?
No, we don't use it. We don't, just like I said, because
I didn't ask if you don't use it. Can you show me in the Quran where Allah allows for himself to be called father metaphorically? I can show you the opposite.
Not really. I cannot really prove it.
When Christians and Jews call God their father, do they mean it metaphorically?
Yes.
Okay. So if they mean it metaphorically, then why does the Quran say, the Jews and the Christians say, we are sons of Allah, his loved ones? Why does Allah say no to them, even when they say it metaphorically?
Because like I said, you use it physically, and that's where it went wrong. You claim that Jesus is the real Son of God, but in fact, it was just used for out of endearment, respect. For example,
HD.
No, be serious. I'm for real with your logic.
That's enough.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to address HD because he was doing shirk. I'm going down. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead. If you want to, go ahead. Say what you have to say.
Oh, sure. So HD said that they call God a father in a physical way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Muslims do that, but that's not right. If you do that in any Muslim country, just try it, and you will see how people will react on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he was saying even calling him father in a metaphorical way.
Either way, metaphor, physical. Muslim people do not do that. If you do that, you know, they in some Muslim countries, people tend to be rough, especially when it comes to Islam. You know that. Not everyone, of course, but the tendency is there. So if he has the audacity to do that live, it would end very very badly. It would end probably in a lot of bandages and stuff like that. It's very dangerous to say that.
Are you a Muslim yourself?
Ex-Muslim.
You're ex-Muslim, okay, yeah. So you're familiar with it. Yeah.
The funny thing is when I studied the Quran with my like imam and stuff, and I only pronounced something wrong, he had this very long pencil. My friend, I live in Europe, and he still beat me, right? So imagine what he would do to you if you would say Allah is my father.
Right, exactly.
Allah has a wife and a son. Who are you to claim something like this, right? So, HD just.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up and sharing that, my friend.
And I don't have that much time, but I want to speak on two things that you spoke on. Can you repeat that verse that you mentioned in the Quran that you said was false?
Chapter 61, verse 6, where Jesus says that he comes with glad tidings of a messenger named Ahmed to come after him.
So in that verse, it refers to where Jesus said Ahmed. That word in itself was translated into Ahmed, but then it also has multiple different words that have the same meanings, which is also Muhammad, which means the praised one, right?
What are you talking about?
When in the verse that you specifically like selected.
Yeah, so where does Jesus ever say that? That's the question.
We're speaking specifically in the Quran. We're not talking about the Bible.
I'm challenging the Quran. I'm saying the Quran claims Jesus said something. I'm saying that that's false. Jesus never said that.
He actually did. It's in John 14:16.
Jesus never mentions anybody named Ahmed in John 14:16.
In John chapter 14, verse 16, he doesn't even talk about a praised one in that verse.
So the original word he used was parakletos, I think. Sorry.
Parakletos.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So that word in itself means praised one.
No, it doesn't.
In Aramaic. Look it up.
No.
It actually does. Look it up.
Paraclete means advocate, helper.
No, not paraclete. Paraclete, the full word.
Yeah.
It's a praised one. When you look into the context of that one.
Parakletos means advocate, counselor, helper. It's the same term that is used in relation to a law court for someone to stand in the gap, someone who is their lawyer, their advocate, their mediator.
No, when you translate it correctly.
When you translate parakletos, it means helper, counselor, advocate. It doesn't mean praised one.
Yeah, but when you translate it correctly from the Aramaic language, that's what it translates to.
Parakletos is not Aramaic. It's Greek, bro.
How is a Muslim going to tell us that we have to translate the word properly?
Because he's following off of a script and he has no idea what he's actually talking about.
Oh my God, my internet's bugging. I'm going to reconnect. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec.
That's probably a good idea.
All right, welcome back, guys. That was an amazing one. That was a very heated one from the beginning of the video. Like Jesus said, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to dissolution, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. That is in Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. These guys have been divided. They don't even know what to believe anymore. Their theology does not align. At this point, the truth is gradually coming out. These guys are being divided against themselves. Many of them don't even know what to believe anymore. This one will say one thing, the other one will counter it, and it is becoming a divided house. Time to come, you will see more division in their camp, aside Sunni and Shia group, because many of them don't want to identify with some certain teachings and believe in Islam anymore. So they are being divided against each other. When it comes to religious belief, your feelings or emotion doesn't matter at all. You don't feel like Allah can be a father. It is either he is a father or not. That is period. You don't have to sit on the fence. There is no two ways about that. It is either he is a father or he is not. Appealing to metaphor to defend what have been established already, it means that you are battling with your belief. It shows you don't believe in the aspect of your faith that counter your personal belief. Saying Allah can be a father metaphorically has to be another delusional person trying to appeal to his personal emotions and not based on what the text has already been established. You can see that he doesn't want to be right and he doesn't want to be wrong. He just wants to sit on the fence and feel that his emotions have been satisfied. So guys, that was an amazing one. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe, and like this video as well. Thank you for watching. We'd love to see you in the next episode.